Hello, and welcome to Cooking with Dougie, where we make historical foods that we can try them at home. Today, we're going to be making a super simple Mesopotamian bread. I love this recipe because it only has 3 ingredients that you probably already have at home: flour, salt, and water. Now, I've actually never made bread from scratch, and I did not test making this ahead of time. So I am quite literally doing this for the first time with all of you. The first thing you're going to need is a mixing bowl and your flour and a measuring cup. You want to put 2 cups of flour in your mixing bowl. All right. The next thing you need is a measuring spoon and your salt. You need about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then the final thing you need is just 1 cup of water. All right, once you've put that all in the bowl, you're going to want to mix it to combine it. You can do this with your hands, you can do this with a spoon. I'm just going to do it with my hands. Make sure they're clean. Once it's mixed enough, we're actually going to move it to the table so that we can knead the dough. You want to make sure it's not going to stick, so I'm going to put a little bit of flour on my surface. Put this on here. Now we have to knead the dough.
Yeah, no, this is terrible. And that's the other thing that doesn't help. Like, different types of dough, you're supposed to knead, I guess, different amounts, for lack of a better term. But, like, we don't know how much you're supposed to knead this.
Okay, best of luck to you. Bye.
Thanks.
See you later.
If the dough tears, you haven't developed enough gluten and it needs more kneading.
It's springing.
That's getting there.
It's springing. Like it is? No, I guess it's still pulling apart. It is getting there.
It's getting closer. I definitely think it's getting closer.
All right, I had to call in reinforcements because it is super sticky, but it is getting closer. So, getting excited. Okay. So I've never made bread before, like I said, but I think this is pretty close to done. The next step says that this is when you can form it into patties and you can add some like extra flavorings. Remember, it's Neolithic times. They don't have things like sugar. This bread is quite plain. So there are some options of things you can add. If you want a sweeter bread, you can add honey. I don't actually like honey, but I figure why not add some sweetness. I'm gonna mix that in. I don't know how much to use, so I eyeballed it. I'm gonna leave one plain because I kind of really want to try one plain. And then you can add spices. So I Googled some spices they had in Mesopotamia, and one that came up was thyme. And I love thyme bread. I don't have fresh thyme. I only have dried thyme, but we're gonna just go for that too. Use a little bit of that. All right, so I'm gonna keep kneading this to mix in the honey, mix in the thyme. And then we'll move on to our next step. Okay, so as you can see, I now have 3 patties. This one's plain, this one's thyme, and this one's honey. The next step is to find a cloth. You're gonna cover them up and let them sit overnight. I am gonna go find somewhere safe from the cat to leave them overnight, and I will see you tomorrow. All right, it is a new day. Our dough had a nice little rest overnight, so let's take a look. I mean, I don't know what it's supposed to look like, but I think these look pretty good. So my oven is set to 350, and we're gonna put them in for 30 minutes. All right, friends, They are out. They smell delicious. And if you are like me, you want to eat them right now, but you cannot. We have to be patient. We have to wait until they cool. Oh, but they smell so good. Okay, it is the moment of truth. We're gonna try each flavor. I'm going to start with the plain one because I have a feeling it's not going to be the most interesting. Right off the bat, a little hard. I would probably cook these for less time next time, even though the recipe said 30 minutes. I'm not sure that I would do that again. All right. It's bread. I'm gonna do the thyme one next. Again, just thicker than I would want. All right. Okay, thyme is better, has more flavor. Probably would be better with fresh thyme, but all right, and the last one, the honey one. I'm a little uncertain about this because I don't love honey, but it does smell pretty good. It has a little sweetness to it, so we shall see. All right, well, there you have it. We tried some Mesopotamian bread. I tried 3 different flavors. I really encourage you to try making this bread. Maybe try some different flavor combinations than I did, and let me know how it goes.
This was a truly terrible experience.
Right?
Yeah, no, this is disgusting. Why is this like this?